in closing, I want to make sure Vermonters understand there is a delicate balance that needs to be between citizens' rights and what's for the greater good of the future of Vermonters. We support green energy and a balanced energy portfolio. People that are framing this issue as a for or against green energy is inaccurate. It's not true. That's not what we're voting on Thursday. We fully support the progress made in the green energy sector and renewable energy projects in our state. This issue is about the governor obstructing and killing a bill that passed unanimously in the House, as you've heard a number of times, 142-0. Therefore, we're calling on the Speaker, who represents all of us in the House, to stand with us to override the governor on Thursday. And we want to make sure that he gets a few calls. So we're asking our constituents, along with everyone else in the Vermont, to call the Speaker, because he's the next obstructionist if this bill is not overridden on Thursday. With that, I thank you for coming. We'll take a few questions. I thank the speakers, and I thank all of our caucus members who took time out of their day. Remember, they're usually home working, but they're here today because this is an important issue. So thank you very much. Go ahead. Can you identify who you are?
My name is Mike Paul Hamus. I'm a reporter with dtdigger.org.
Sure.
What has the speaker done specifically to obstruct?
If he doesn't support the override, he's an obstructionist.
In what ways do the proposed changes that Chris Gray and Tony Klein are seeking undermine the intent of S230 as passed?
We will not take what has taken an entire legislative session to deliberate in 2 or 3 hours. That's what they want us to do. Because as I explained in the process, we are going to sustain a veto, which kills S230, or we're going to override it. So if we were to override it and then consider some changes, we would look at that. But at this point today, we're not going to suspend rules.
Have you seen anything from the speaker that indicates that he plans on obstructing this?
I have heard from the speaker personally, and I have believed that he will not support an override. He talked to me directly.
I guess I'm hoping you can isolate for me the problematic elements of the changes that the speaker and others and the governor say they want to make. Why are those so troublesome?
They're troublesome because of the process. The Constitution outlines the governor can veto a bill, which he has chosen to do. He could have let it become law and requested that we make changes in the next session, which we would have definitely looked at doing. We're not going to take a new bill with any kind of imperfections that new bill might have, or omissions, as this bill has. A bill that's crafted in 4 hours and goes through the entire legislative process that took a session won't have omissions. That's our point.
If these proposed changes that they're requesting had come up in the final day of the session, is there anything in there that you would have objected to then?
We worked very hard to make the governor happy at that point. He had every opportunity to make whatever changes he wanted at that point. He did. We complied. We moved forward and compromised once again, and now we hear again it's going to be even a more diluted bill than that passed the House.
So that's what I'm trying to,
Yes.
I want you to isolate for me. Why is it a more diluted bill?
Well, number one, I can't speak to what they're proposing, so I'm not going to, other than what I've been reading through the press. So I got a bill last night at 9 o'clock, a proposal from a senator who sent it to all House members saying, hey, here's what we're going to do. And I'm not going to go off that.
But so you're saying you don't understand what it is that they're proposing, but no matter what it is, we're not going to go along with it.
We have a process here. We can make, as our alleged counsel has told us, anything that was reason for the governor to veto this bill can be addressed next session.
There are people here who live in the shadow of what could be another large-scale mountaintop wind project.
Mhm.
They have this legislation. they at least know that if that application comes forward in the intervening months between now and when the new standards are in place, they have the certainty that those sound levels won't exceed what's already in place. If they don't have this bill, there will be no limit on that.
Peter, we have been under single-party rule in this state for 6 years. This legislature, this governor, if they were going to make any attempt to put stuff like this into law, it would have happened before now. This is just a way for them to stop it, and we're not playing. We're not. It's very serious. This is serious for the state. It's serious for the people in this room. But if we make the changes the governor wants, we might as well not have a bill. Period.
So you're saying the governor never wanted us 230 to begin with?
Well, if he did, he would have worked a lot more throughout the session than the last few weeks.
I guess you're saying the bill does no good if you do the changes that Peter Shumlin and the Democrats in the legislature want you to.
They could have done this bill, Peter, without us throughout the session. This is not, their lack of planning or leadership does not create an emergency on our part. Or Vermonters, period. I think I understand, but I'm not going to say anymore. That's where we're at.
But if this bill dies, and all these planning commissions and other people who want to have more of a say in these projects don't get that, are you kind of shooting yourself in the foot?
No, I do not believe so, because we will come back with a new governor, with different members, and hopefully a much more balanced legislature, and we will put a more balanced proposal forward and get a bill that does what they're going to say they're going to do with this bill.
But in the meantime, there's a lot of projects that
Nothing
people propose
changes.
that are critical, solar, whatever.
But nothing changes. The law is the law of the land today. With a veto of this bill, that law stays the way it has been for however long.
But this law gives people all kinds of new avenues to seek remedies that they don't have under current law.
That is an opinion.
That's why we gotta override it.
That's why we should override it, why we're supporting an override. See, you want us to say we're the bad people, but we're not. The governor is vetoing this bill. We did our work on this bill. We will override it, but we're not changing it. I know, but we don't want to get it. We've explained our position. We are firm. We thank you for coming today, and we will do our work that we have to do on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.